I believe like Gold Quest, there are other trusts and organizations like Mittals and all who are supporting. But if there is a shortfall in finances or resources, would Gold Quest supplement that gap? Second question, while you are doing physical and mental training and so on, how do we ensure the world has lost a lot of good athletes to doping? How do we ensure that we lose not a single medal hopeful in the altar of doping?
There are 2 points to this question. Olympic Gold Quest would definitely, has funded, and whatever the requirement. Of course, we closely monitor their performance, because we do collect funds from the corporates and the individuals, so we are accountable. So as long as the athletes keep performing, we've funded whatever they wanted, because the requirement of each athlete in different sports varies. So somebody might want a physiotherapist, somebody might want international exposure, somebody might want an equipment. So depending on what the athlete needs, we've tried our best, and definitely, as far as Olympic Gold Quest is concerned, I think we won't, fall short. From our experience, we've seen that people are willing to, contribute and help sports persons, provided there is transparency and, accountability, which I think Gold Quest does provide. I entirely agree with you as far as, the doping issue. So mainly in, sports where power is involved, it's something, it's like a cat and mouse game, something which should be abolished. But unfortunately, athletes and sometimes even the coaches find ways to stay ahead of the system. So I think it's entirely up to the, I think we need to, at least, as far as the Indian athletes are concerned, we need to educate them, on the long-term disadvantages of, taking dope. People, I think, come from, not so educated families, and, they don't realize the consequences, the future consequences of taking, drugs. So, I think education should be an important part, which the Federation, the government, and the Olympic Association, to take up, to especially those who are competing at the highest level. Yeah, so that's what ignorance. They are not aware. So that's why they should be more classes in athletes should be educated.
Can I butt in, Shweta, just quickly? Can I? Yeah. I don't fully agree with Prakash in this whole situation. I mean, the truth is, do you honestly believe that you can win the 100-meter gold medal without taking supplementation? I mean, you want to call it doping, I want to call it supplementation, you want to call it medicine, I want to call it extra juice. Whatever the name is arbitrary. It's come to the point in the world where certain sports require it. It's not a fun thing to say, it's not an open thing to say. I don't condone it. That's not the point. The point is it exists and it's very much prevalent. The other point is, why do we lose the athletes? You do not need any kind of supplementation, not even a multivitamin, to be 50 in the world and to get to 45, okay? I've said this over and over on many public platforms. Doping is useless without the other training. If you need proper nutrition, you need proper training, you need proper weight training, you need proper recovery. I mean, there's hundreds of different factors that have to come in, and doping is a very, very small factor. And if you don't have everything else, there's no point. I mean, you go to an Indian competition in the nationals, and he'll tell you this. You walk into the changing room, and it's like a pharmacy. I mean, there's syringes everywhere. Why? For what? I mean, he's absolutely correct in the fact that the people are uneducated. It's not that you can take a shot of something and go and run faster 5 minutes later. It's impossible. But there are sports, weightlifting, I mean, athletics is prevalent, where it is necessary. So more than you want to abolish it, fine, but why can't we have a system, a very top-notch scientific system where we can do it in the right manner? That is what the world is doing.
It's a very blunt admission, I must say, and that's why they've been developing synthetic drugs, and probably the masking agents we're very bad at, the Indians. You've got a question, sir.
Yeah, for Mr. Padukone. My name is Rahul Kishore. I have to tell you that when I was growing up, there was only one sporting hero I had, it was you. And it still is. Simple question. Okay, sorry, you were saying something?
Pardon? I couldn't.
Yeah, simple question. Why don't you help Saina? That's it. Just help her do what she's doing best. She's not making the cut. The Chinese have got her number. Just help her.
No, I'll be more than willing to help her. You know, right now she's training with Gopi Chand in his academy, and you know, unless you know, I would be more than willing to help her if you know, she believes, you know, that I can help her. You know, there's no point imposing myself on her, but if she or her coach, you know, I'll definitely, you know, maybe go back and talk to Gopi first, because I think it has to be done in a very ethical way. Because Gopi has brought her up to this stage.
Yep. But she did change coaches, and she's gone back to Gopi now.
Yes, yes. That's
So
only
I
for
don't
a
think
short
that worked.
period.
Yeah.
No, I would definitely more than willing to help her if she needs. I'll probably talk to Gopi when I get back and see if you know, she needs. I would definitely more than
because that's
willing to help her.
a definite medal prospect, if not a gold. So definite medal
Sure,
prospect.
sure. We'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Saina would definitely need that help. It's not actually coming. Yeah, you could ask your question. Can you have a mic?
And this mic is not working, is it now? Yeah. My name is Shreyas Sharma, and first of all to Mr. Padukone, for all of us who were born in the 80s and grew up, there was a lasting image of you running with the mashal, with chariots of fire playing in the background. Two questions for the panel over here. The first is regarding the entire fiasco that's happening with the Dow Chemicals and its sponsorship to the London Olympics. How do you, as athletes, as Olympians, आप लोगों को ये कैसा feel होता है कि जब बातें ये होती हैं कि pull out कर लें India Olympics से? And the second question is specifically for you, Mr. Padukone, and that is, do you think personally, obviously you have promoted the OGQ, but with so many former athletes now trying to help out the current lot, do you think that has made the biggest difference in our Olympic prospects?
Dow Chemicals वाले उस पर आप आंसर करना चाहेंगे या शोभन?
I think what happened in Bhopal was a tragedy, and it was a very unfortunate incident. However, I feel if India pulls out of the Olympics, it will not in any way make a difference to what has already happened. We should go out there and give it our best and prove that, you know, we're a strong nation. Despite the odds, we're here and we are giving it our best. So that's what we need to do. I think pulling out is just, at the end of the day, I don't think, you know, people will talk about it for about a week and then forget about it and move on to new topics. So I think India should still field its contingent, and we should all go out there and give it our best.
So it would be very interesting to know if the ad hoc head of the Indian Olympic Association has ever consulted the athletes on his stand. Mr. Padukone, the second part of it.
Yeah, I think, you know, like I mentioned, you know, in my talk earlier, I think the government has spent a lot of money, especially in the last 2 to 3 years, you know, in preparation for the Commonwealth Games. They probably spent 10 times more. I'm talking of, you know, the amount spent on training itself, not on infrastructure. It's probably increased 10 times, you know, compared, let's say, from 2008. So that's a huge increase. And, but, you know, they have their own limitations. So I think, you know, organizations like Olympic Gold Quest and Mittal Champion Trust, we give the athletes the liberty to use the funds in whatever way they want, which I think the government cannot do. You know, they have certain fixed rules. They have their own problems. So I think that is where we make the difference. You know, the government is spending the major part, and we also contribute. Overall, you know, we don't want to fight with the government, fight with the federation, fight with the Olympic Association. Our aim is to make sure that, you know, the athletes do well, get what they deserve and what they want, to make sure that we win the maximum number of medals possible. I think that's the only aim, you know, whether it is the Mittal Champions Trust or, you know, the Olympic Gold Quest. we also help them with, because we've gone through, being sports people ourselves, we've gone through the difficulty, we've faced a lot of difficulties, so we know how to deal with difficulties. So wherever, our athletes need help, we do talk to them, and, besides financial help, if, they need, any kind of mentoring and, talking, we do that also. So I think, on the whole, everybody put together, the government spending and the amount spent by the foundations, I'm very confident that we'll do much better in the London Olympics this year.
And I think everybody believes that it'll be 4 to 8 medals, 6 to 8 medals rather, this time. Sabko yehi lag raha hai. And definitely if that's the case, there'll be no looking back after 2012. We'll definitely keep going forward, and then we won't have to ask what does it take to get an Olympic gold, because we'll have it. Thank you.